Well, I tell you what, for late winter, it really is a magnificent afternoon here at Lake Conjola. And what better way to finish the day than get the filleting knife out and clean your catch. Now, this is a very, very important piece of equipment, your filleting knife. Now, these are, well, this particular knife is a Marttiini knife. They're made in Finland, and what a difference it makes having a good quality filleting knife when you're filleting your fish. You don't leave half the fish on the bone. Get as much in your belly as possible, and that's a good thing as far as I'm concerned. So, I'm going to show you a very, very quick way of filleting these fish and skinning them. There's no tricky techniques. It's very, very simple. If you already know how, fast forward because you don't need to watch it. But if you're a novice and you don't know how to clean fish, then tune in, this might help you. My very first job when I was 12 years old was cleaning fish in a fish shop. It's been a while since then, but I still have a few tricks up my sleeve. All right, let's have a go. Very, very simple. Let's start off with the tailor. All I do is I just get my filleting knife and I make a slice as close up to the top of the head as possible, and then straight behind the back fin there, just like that. Then from the tail, I'll probably start about there. I then flip the fish around. I start from the tail and go to the head. Some people like to run their knife along its backbone and those sorts of things. Well, I think you can actually do it in one foul swoop. The good thing about a very thin filleting knife is you can actually feel it running along the spine of the fish, so you're not losing any flesh, and that fish will actually bend to the contour of its backbone. Look how it's so sharp, and look at that. It doesn't get any more perfect, and that's not really based on my skill, that's based on having a quality filleting knife like this Marttiini knife. So there's one beautiful, beautiful fillet. Very important note, folks, when you catch tailor, if you're going to eat them, don't freeze them. Some people might argue this, but don't freeze them because I think they just taste terrible after that. But you must bleed your fish. And the way you bleed a tailor is very simple. You stick your knife in through there, or even your finger, and you just cut them straight through there, and it bleeds them. Don't do it in your boat, do it out of the boat, or blood will go everywhere. But getting the blood out of the fish makes a big difference to its table quality afterwards. So there's one lovely fillet. And now for the other side. So I'll do the same again. Slice down there, slice on his tail, and then away we go. You can feel the backbone with the knife. And the other thing you could also do, this is another way, you can place your hand on it, you push down on either side of the fillet there, and it actually pushes or bends the knife over the backbone of the fish, so you collect as much flesh as possible, and you can actually feel that backbone with the knife. All the way right up to the top. Another magnificent tailor fillet there, ready to go. Now, the next step, get rid of that, is to skin them. Again, same filleting knife. All you do, you lose a little bit of flesh by doing this because you're just coming off the tail there, so you need something to grab onto. So you'll just start down like that. You'll come down onto the skin. There it is there. Just run your knife and pull that little end bit there towards you. So it's a pull-push sort of a technique. Run it through. Off comes the fillet. There's your skin, which you don't really want to eat, but the pelicans love. There you go, boys. Oh, jeez. Okay, to finish this off now, there's pretty much no bones in this fillet except for the rib cage that's along there. So it's very, very simple. Some people just cut it straight off. They just don't want that piece of flesh, but there's still meat there. So you just put your filleting knife underneath that rib cage, and you can actually just remove the rib cage just like that. And you still have plenty of flesh there in there to eat. That's just full of bone. You don't want that. It's chock full of bone. There you go, boys. They like it. And you have a beautiful skinless fillet. Bit of butter on the barbecue, absolutely sensational. One last tip, when you're cleaning your fish, do not clean your fillets in fresh water. What actually happens is the fillets will absorb the fresh water and they become doughy and milky and awful. You must, if you're going to wash your fillets, wash them in salt water, in clean salt water before you put them on the barbecue or before you clean them. Do not wash your fillets in fresh water. That's a tip that'll make your fish taste a lot better. Ooh, that's gonna taste good.